Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 84 of WCW. I am Swarls. We're back after a week off. I had more teeth stuff last week if you missed AEW. We're 13 days out from Superbrawl, so if we go like fast, I think we can get to it. So we're going. We're going. We got Nitro. We got Nitro right now. Let's book it. All right, we got no nights off. Where have we not been in a minute? Let's see, it's February 13th. January 2nd since the Southwest. Let's go there. God, we're going to do 22K for a Nitro. We are fucking out of control. Alright, last time we were here, we went to Utah. Okay. What was that? 19? Oracle. Sure. Oakland. Riley, what's up, man? Alright, booking team meeting. I mean, we're 2 out from a pay-per-view, so probably just grind creative finishes. And hope we get something. Come on, guys. Come on, guy. Alright, let's... No, 50, we only have room for one more. 0. That's brutal. Not a single usable finish. Bad job, everybody. All right, locker rooms. We got training. Nick Ricasas and Murray Giannetti apparently butted heads backstage. Yeah, those don't seem like two guys that would get along. Oh. I'm sorry / glad to hear that for you, Riley. Chris Jericho pulled a rib on the locker room. Alright. Let's do nothing. Alright. We do have a book this dummy from 2 weeks ago, which is good, because I absolutely would have forgot this. Book this dummy remains undefeated. We got a big main event tonight. We're doing Sting and Vader against Misawa and Austin, which is usually what you would do for the go-home show, and I'm doing it a week before that, because I'm a genius. Alright. Vader and Sting against Misawa and Steve Austin. I don't know who needs the win here. Let's see. Vader is neutral. Steve is good. And the Triple Crown. Misawa is good. Sting is good. Okay, so Vader needs the win. So let's give Vader the W over Steve Austin. And this won't directly lead to the finish, but we're trying to involve Kobashi in the Sting and Misawa stuff. So let's do a finish where like Misawa is distracted by Kobashi, and that leads to Austin being 2-on-1 by Vader and Sting. Kind of thing. Ooh, Steve Austin doesn't want to do the job. He's a bit unhappy. What's your pop, Steve? 89. I mean, that you are the world's champion. It's only 2 points more. It's 2 points more than Vader. It's 2 points. Let's talk to him. Let me talk to you. Okay, that's more like it. Easy. Our current product, it's been so long. NWA Evolution. I have no plans to change it. I mean, we're pretty good at this product. Maybe at some point, maybe once we get into like the late 90s, if we make it that far, maybe it'll might be time to switch it up at that point. But I mean, we're getting like 100s on every pay-per-view. Like we're crushing it with this product. let's do a little Kobashi and Misawa not happy with each other after the match kind of thing. So we're gonna have to figure out when we do Superbrawl, because we're doing Sting and Misawa for the Triple Crown. Like, obviously Kobashi gets involved in the finish, and obviously we're gonna do Misawa and Kobashi, but we need to decide if that's gonna be for the Triple Crown, or if Sting is gonna win the Triple Crown, and then Misawa and Kobashi are gonna have like a non-title feud. That's what we need to think about for the pay-per-view. All right, what else do we got here? So we can do a big old 8-man tag. Oh, Jannetty and Rick Rude are like just becoming a tag team. Oh, so they immediately need to okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to run a couple of things with them. We're going to give them another win, because they need that. I mean, we certainly could do Pillman and Sting for the Triple Crown. That feels like a weird Triple Crown match, but, like, you know, I'm not against it. Did you squash these guys yet? Yes, you did, in fact, squash these guys. Okay, how about the Headhunters? Have you defeated the Headhunters yet? God damn it. Was one of these a dark match? Oh, yeah, see, that was the pre-show. So now we do this one on TV. No, that's fine. Okay, and this is... The Headhunters are like a team, so I'll give them... You know, we'll go like 10 minutes open, but they're going to lose. And then later, I want to do like a 3-minute thing in the ring where you're going to have like Shivani. Is Shivani on commentary? I don't even fucking remember who's on commentary. Eric Bischoff will come there out and be like, you know, Ron Simmons... you know, Dustin Rhodes, you guys, you got those tag team titles. We're 2 weeks away from Superbrawl. Who do you think you're going to be? And, like, before they could even answer, they're going to get attacked by Jannetty and Rude. So I'm just going to do, like, victim. Dustin, victim. Rude, attacker. Marty Jannetty, attacker. Sabu should probably, I mean, he's in that group. He should save them. 3 minutes. Let's call this a surprise. Possible tag match. Possible tag match. You know, maybe. Who knows? Alright, so we got Hanson. Hanson, Gordy, and Williams is basically set, right? I mean... NBC explodes for sure. Big three-way fight. Oh, they've been doing a big three-way fight every week. Yeah, that checks out. All right, so I don't think that's been like officially announced. So I think we should do a talking segment where that is like officially announced. I think that's what we should do. So let's do hype, Stan, Terry, Dr. Death. I guess they should all talk. That's not ideal. We'll send Eric Bischoff out there again. Basically, this will just be a promo segment where these three guys yell at each other, and then Eric Bischoff is like, well, you know, I spoke to the WCW board of directors earlier today, and they told me at Superbrawl 95, we'll see the three of you men all compete In the same match, since we can't keep you guys, you guys can't keep your hands off each other. You're always interfering in each other's matches. We're going to have a triangle match because that's what WCW called this for whatever reason. Well, we will have a triangle match at Superbrawl. I think a triangle match, technically, there's tags in that. I think that's when, like, 2 guys wrestle and 1 guy stands at the apron, which is very stupid. Where is Mean Gene? Still in the WWF, I think. I don't think he ever left. We got Pillman, Jumbo, Bam Bam. I mean, those guys are all doing stuff. Pillman and Jumbo are literally feuding. What have they been doing? DA mocks Jumbo for losing. Jumbo beat Mike Awesome. Promo sending up Jumbo and Nightmares versus DA next week. Book this dummy. And then I did in fact book it. We did Brian Pillman, Mike Awesome, Ben Jerry Lynn defeating Jumbo. And the Nightmares. Okay. Alright, so this is a week where we're big on, like, officially announcing matches for the pay-per-view. So let's do that. Brian, Paulie, and weirdly enough, Jumbo will talk. Okay. Light heavyweight title. We got Owen and Regal. Oh, Jericho and Storm did their, like, no one takes us seriously thing. This is about the era where multi-man started to be used. Yeah, this is about. We're getting there. The night the line was crossed or whatever was, like, the first big triple threat in America in ECW, and that was 94, I think. I think that was 94. So, like, we're. Like, they exist in 95. They're not really popular, but they exist. Have we done this? This seems too obvious. We may have done it already. Have we done Ultimo, Owen, and Lord Steven Regal against Chris Jericho, Lance Storm, and Negro Casas? No. Hell yeah. Now we're cooking. I think I'll tell them to cook. They should be able to do that. Let's see. Light heavyweight title. Negro Casas needs the win, which I would agree with. Honestly, this heel group in general really could use the win, because these 3 guys are all, like, mega pushed. I don't know if Ultimo is going to do the job to Negro Casas, because he's very popular right now. It's like 10 points. Alright, let's try it. I would love for Negro Casas to get a tainted win on Ultimo Dragon. Is everybody cool with that? Ultimo Dragon is furious. Fuck. Let me talk to you. Turn into fucking LA Knight with all this talking I'm doing. Oh, fuck. He said no. Can he pin Owen? I would accept that. Owen Hart is serious. Okay. Alright. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Ultimo Dragon is going to win this match is going to win the match by disqualification when Negro Casas like blatantly uses a weapon. And then we are going to do an angle afterwards where I hope this works. Where the heels are going to beat the shit out of these guys. And we're going to try to make it like a minor storyline victory for all of them. So we're going to do Negro Casas attacker. Chris Jericho attacker. Storm attacker. Owen victim. Steve Regal victim. Ultimo victim. I'm playing that mod a little bit off stream, Lazarn. I'm playing believe it or not, I'm playing as Ring of Honor. Crazy, I know. But yeah, I've been fucked around with that a little bit. It is a lot better than the 2003 mod. Minor storyline, you know, regular storyline victory. Thrill Seekers or Meanies. For this, I'll make it minor for them. Winner, Chris Jericho. Loser, Owen Hart. Winner, Lance Storm. Loser, Steven Regal. I hope this all works. You know what, while we're doing all this, do we have an angle idea? No, we never have angle ideas. Steve Regal is few. God damn, these guys suck. Owen is, they're all mad. Okay, it's only Owen and Regal apparently. Well, which probably makes sense because Chris and Lance are like very not over at all. So let's just have it be for Negro Casas. Okay, great. Everyone's happy. Bam Bam. Bam Bam, are you on the pay-per-view? Oh, you're wrestling Sabu. Right, of course. And we have our women's feud also. Hey, that looks like a match to me. Unless we've literally done that. Oh, we did it like a month ago. We did it to build up like last pay-per-view. Damn, that sucks. We can do it again. We can do it again. We can do it again. Caveman, hello. He didn't believe me when I told him Izzy and Deranged versus Landstorm and Al Snow in a hardcore would do terrible. You know, he should have, even without the TEW statistics. I don't think that match would go well, you know? Where were we? Oh yeah, we were just rebooking Bam Bam and Bull Nakano against Sabu and Debbie Malenko because fucking why not? Oh, because Sabu and Debbie have poor chemistry. All right, okay. All right, hold on. We can fix this. We can fix this. Also, we can make it a slightly different match. Because we can do Sabu and one of the Nightmares. So his good friend Ron Simmons. And they could team with Debbie to take on Bam Bam and Mike Awesome and Bull Nakano. Great. Perfect. I don't think we've done a storytelling match yet, so we're going to throw that in here. He's a special K. But, like, if he's a special K guy, he should know that they're, like, fucking flippy high spots guys. They're not going to have a hardcore match with Al Snow. Maybe, I guess he's just really a true believer. I can't hold that against him. Again, we're going to use this. Bam Bam neutral. Sabu poor. How does no one in the feud have momentum? That's wild. Let's give Sabu the win, I guess. Extremely unhappy. Okay. I guess that's why no one has momentum, because no one wants to fucking lose. Well, again, this is why Mike Awesome's here. Thanks for coming, Mike. Appreciate that. Alright, we have fucking 1 more minute? Okay, great. Who else needs to be on the show? Nobody that matters. Sorry to all the people I just shit on, but... Alright, let's just have someone cut a promo. Yeah, this is a pretty wrestling heavy show. Sting Vader hype for the main event. Actually, you know what? Let's do Steve Austin and Masawa. I like to do that when I have these like oddball teams. Just these two guys being like, you know, me and him, you know, we never worked together. We might not see eye to eye, but I'm the WCW champion and he's the Triple Crown champion, and you know, tonight we're gonna show why we're the best of the best and that kind of stuff. And then Misawa cuts a promo, and who fucking knows what that sounds like? But in 1995 WCW, it's a regular occurrence. It's a backstage thing. All right, that is the show. Okay, I'm fine with this being here, but that means this should probably be like a lot earlier. That's a lot of segments in a row, but that's fine. I think that main event will do really good. I think that's an over 90 main event, which means it should be an over 90 show. So I'm going to say like a 92. All right, starting with the storytelling 6-person tag with the women was probably not the best idea, but a 73 is fine. 82 for this promo. Would have liked to see this do better, but I mean, it's a promo with Jumbo Tsuruta speaking English, so I really I should take anything, really. Should not complain about that. 74 for Rick Rude and Marty beating the Headhunters. Rick Rude and Marty are real just like challengers of the month. Here's 2 guys to fight the champs energy, but it's like 87 and 80. It's kind of working. How are you doing? I guess that's why promotions do that. Dr. Death did a real bad job. That checks out. The build for this has kind of been like, but I do have faith that when I give them a 12-minute wild brawl or whatever at Superbrawl, it's going to go nuts. 79, steal the show. Good. You know what? This team that like refused to do any business here, they were correct. 93, 91, 90. They should not have wanted to do business with these guys. That's fair. I apologize to Ultimo, Owen, and Steve Regal. Billy, what's up, man? I'm good. How are you doing? And then a 48 for this. Yep. Okay. This is another one where, like, the build for this Thrill Seekers versus Owen and Regal's tag match, but I'm hoping they, like, kill it at the pay-per-view. That's the hope, is I give them, like, you know, again, like 12 steal the show and they go crazy. big spot for those guys. It doesn't seem like a storyline was advanced here, which I believe means the WCW tag titles are not in a storyline, which is bad news. 96 for this, like, made it on the show at the last second hype promo. This is the best thing so far. Oh, I fucking undersold this main event. I was like, it'll be like over a 90. That is a 99, folks. For Big Van Vader and Sting defeating Masawa and Steve Austin. No, we are not turning Kobashi yet. Thank you for asking. 75 for these guys yelling at each other. 92. That's exactly what I said. Nailed it. Probably would have been higher if we hadn't tried to use so much Lance Storm and Chris Jericho. Alright. Made almost $1 million for a TV show. That's pretty wild. Also, this is $1995. Alright. If only Superbrawl was like the next show, but we'll have to do another week of Nitro. Ah, yes. Welcome back, Scott Hall, who was gone for all of 3 weeks before I was like, I need a body. Scott Hall, you're going to be a face now, right? Because we're sending you to Saturday night to wrestle Randy Savage. So that was really the reason we had you had to leave the territory, was so that you could easily change back to a babyface. Actually, no, he was a babyface over here, wasn't he? Yeah, he was a babyface. They just wanted him to come in as a heel. Yes, he'd bring him back as Razor Ramon. Did it not? I thought I told it to. Okay, I guess not. Oh, he's using his Razor Ramon. Oh, I have to change his, We need to do this. There we go. Say hello to the bad guy. The bad guy has come to Saturday nights. Antonio Inoki needs to learn how to sell. Woo! I'm gonna forward this one. I think if I showed Inoki that email, he would just be like, no, I don't. I'm Antonio. I don't. What the fuck would I sell for? I'm Antonio Inoki. Those guys are supposed to sell for me. Can we have Kevin Nash back? I mean, he's very bad. Like, I think Hall and Nash are both kind of not as good as they should have been, which I kind of understand because this mod starts in 92, and he tried to give them the stats they would have had in 92, which were, not good. But Nash, Nash never really gets good. He's kind of just not good, ever, So I kind of understand why maybe his stats are not the best. Oh, what was I doing here? This is probably how we came to the conclusion that we had to resign Scott Hall. Why does Al Green come up when I specifically type in Kevin Nash? That's weird. He's booking CWF. Huh. Yeah, I mean, he's bad. And he's not popular. If this man was called anything other than Kevin Nash, you would not want to sign him. 30. Rough. Yeah, Warrior's been back in the Fed. I think that was last save we saw him go back. Pretty much as soon as we let him go, he went back. Did they book him on this show? Yeah, they jobbed him to Conan. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's fucking go. Look at this fucking match. I mean, Conan got 11 points higher. They made the right call. How show? Wow, we're still grinding out in Canada and getting like 1 point of pop every 3 months. Totally worth it. All right. I think we were just in the southeast. So let's do Mid-Atlantic. Sure. Last time we did the Dean Smith Center. So this time you're going to do the Capitol Center. All right, guys, can you give me some finishes for my pay-per-view now? Can we stop clowning around? Okay, all right. Maybe we need like let's refresh, cleanse the palate here. Let's try an angle idea, safe bet. Okay, good. Back to your creative finish. God, oh God, you guys are fucking with me. Storyline idea, likely. Okay, that went bad. Steve Armstrong. Also, Steve Armstrong still here. Shout out to him. Let's see. Doug Gilbert and the Italian Stallion got into an argument. All right. Ken Shamrock and Kurt Hennig had to be separate. I would listen. That's an interesting fight. Okay. Kurt's got that amateur background. Ken's a shooter. Let's see what happens. I say let him fight. And then he tried to fight Randy Anderson, and they were like, all right, you can't fight Randy. You can fight Ken Shamrock. You can't fight Randy Anderson. Leave him alone. Ric Flair is starting to have an influence on Randy Anderson. Okay. Big Randy Anderson week. I don't know why I clicked on this. I'm not going to do anything. All right, last week sucked because we did Randy Savage and Dan Severn in the main event, and it was bad. All right, we're breaking up Cash Club. Gary Albright was bad. What should be the main event for ECW One Night Stand 2005? RVD versus Jerry Lynn, Benoit versus Eddie Guerrero, or like real life? Sandman and Dreamer versus the Dudleys, I don't think would do very well. Probably RVD and Jerry Lynn. Or Benoit and Eddie, because those guys are probably also WWE main eventers. Benoit and Eddie would probably get the highest rating in TEW. Boy, last week's show was just some real, booking some stuff. Alright. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I am going to book... You know what? Let's make this a tag title match. This is not going to be the main event, but this will probably open the show, in fact. I'm going to do Rick and Scott Steiner against Jean-Paul Levesque and Rick Martel. And it's going to go 16... And we're going to give it the storytelling match. And Scott is going to win by DQ when the Horsemen run out. So the idea here would be the Steiners are totally about to win normally. They just hit the fucking double bulldog thing or whatever. And then, Rick and... Who's the other? Oh, Tenryu. Rick and Tenryu run out and attack the Steiners for the DQ. And then we are going to do a segment afterwards where the Horsemen are beating down the Steiners. So let's do Arn. Not Arn. Arn will be making the save. Ric Flair, attacker. Tenru, attacker. John Paul, attacker. Rick Martel, attacker. Steiners, victims. And then we do Arn and Kurt making the save. Actually, let's call this surprise. And then we're going to add a part where Arn and Kurt are going to offer their hands. They're going to offer a handshake to the Steiners, and the Steiners are not going to accept it. The Steiners are going to be, because how can they trust these former horsemen to team with them? The horsemen notoriously pretend to be your friend and then beat you up. That's like their whole thing. Swarls, we need an emote for the panda. Best I can do is rack attack. So let's do Arn Kurt saves Steiners from Horsemen. Beat down. Steiners do not accept handshake afterwards. Alright. Telling stories, bro. That is 24 minutes of this booked already. Alright. Let's start this Razor and Randy Savage feud. Let's see. How do we want to start this feud? Probably a mic battle, which we'll see. Gonna have Randy cutting a promo about, just doing Randy Savage stuff, the Creed will rise to the top, I'll get my, or maybe a promo about I should be going after my TV title, but maybe I've got bigger aspirations and blah, blah, blah. And then Razor Ramon is gonna come out and be, the bad guy is now on Saturday night. And they'll exchange some barbs. Randy Savage will probably eat him up on the mic. But we'll see what happens. Interrupted by debuting, air quotes, Razor Ramon. Okay. Let's figure out what the main event is, because we're not putting, as much as the chat would like it, we are not putting John Paul Levesque in the main event. We're probably not. So, as far as stars go, we have Avalanche. We have Steve Austin and Ricky Steamboat, who will be having a title rematch at Spring Stampede. But I don't really like Austin being involved until, after he defends against Vader. Let's see, Avalanche, what are you doing? You're still feuding. You have, a shitty feud with Terry Funk going on. Right. Right. Sure. What are we doing? What's Vampiro doing at Spring Stampede? He's wrestling Eddie for the TV title. That's the thing we could start getting going. Eddie's a star. Vampiro's a star. Alright. Have we made that a storyline yet? We have. Okay, and Vampiro, right. Vampiro cut his 100 promo Okay. Great. Perfect. They hate each other. Yes, they sure do. All right, so let's do the match we've all been waiting for. Eddie Guerrero versus the Shockmaster. 10 minutes storytelling. We will do the classic Vampiro at ringside eating a big steak. Eddie's going to win, obviously. Actually, you know what? I gave the other match storytelling, didn't I? So this can just be regular. Not for... You know what? It's the TV title. Sure. TV title on the line. Why not? And then afterwards, Vampiro's going to beat him up. You know what? It's not enough for him to just simply attack Eddie Guerrero, right? He can't just like get in the ring and like clothesline him and kick him and stuff, right? Like we gotta do some like bullshit. He's gotta like spray him in the eyes with goop or drop blood on him from the ceiling, maybe some shit like that. Like we gotta do some spooky shit. Maybe we could come up with a thing that like, oh, Eddie is scared of a thing, and then Vampiro is like, you know, Eddie Guerrero is scared of vampires, so Vampiro is just gonna play up as he's a vampire. Now this all sucks. I'll just have him poison mist him. Okay. I went in looking for a main event, and then I booked Eddie Guerrero versus Shockmaster. Don't really know how that happened. It has to be something with Terry fucking Avalanche. I mean, that's really the unfortunate state of the situation here. Funk Avalanche. What have we been doing with these guys? Avalanche defending Terry Funk Roddy Piper. Crazy Funk jumps Avalanche after match. Terry Funk, Roddy Piper, and Kamala defeated Avalanche in the guild. All right, we were cooking last week. We were really going for it. All right. Well, when in doubt, I think you just you look at the two stars that aren't doing anything and just book them against each other. So we're just gonna do fucking Avalanche versus Ricky Steamboat. How about that? How about that game? What do you think about that? And Steamboat is going to win, and it's going to be because of interference from Crazy Terry Funk. I've never booked these guys against each other. No, not in a singles match. And then let's have those guys fight for like 5 minutes. Avalanche fighting. Terry fighting. Is Chavo around? I suppose he would be. I always think of him as like a late 90s guy, but that's just when he showed up on TV. I'm sure he would have been wrestling somewhere in 95. Savage is on the show. Austin. I mean, Austin can certainly get on the show to juice this number. Battle Cat. Battle Cat is going for the U.S. title against Cactus Jack. And Dan Severn and Ken Shamrock are slowly breaking up. So what are we doing with these guys? And the thing that really sucks about that is Shamrock and Severn are really bad at working tag matches. They have like absolutely zero chemistry. So you can't even do that old chestnut. Damn, I kind of want to do just like Shamrock Battle Cat #1 contender for the U.S. title and have Severn cost him the match or whatever. But that's a face-face match, which will do poorly. How many segments? Oh, 3 segments. You could turn tonight. You could totally turn tonight. All right, listen, we were just talking about this. It's 1995, and triangle matches are all the rage. Where's just regular? Oh, it's called Triple Threat. Okay, got it. So that means we are going to do a #1 contenders triple threat match between Ken Shamrock, the Battle Cat, and everybody's favorite heel that would definitely deserve to be in this match. I mean, Richard Slinger just had that feud with Battle Cat, so that would kind of make sense from like a narrative perspective, but it's not making this match much better. We could put like Tenru in it. We could put Tenru in it. He doesn't, because he's not losing. If we really just wanted to juice the rating. Let's just put Richard Slinger. It's not a top of the card match. Let's just put Richard Slinger in here. 12 minutes. Battle Cat. You know what? Let's have him pin Richard Slinger. That's fine. But we're still going to do the interference on Ken from Dan. Then afterwards, we will have the shocking turn angle as Dan Severn continues his attack on Ken. And you know what? Let's send Bockwinkel out there to be like, you know, Dad, what are you doing? This isn't what Catch Club's about. Catch Club is supposed to be about competition. Oh, is that the show? Yeah, that's 87 minutes. That felt fast. Savage is on the show. So Steve Austin should probably be on the show. I mean, adding a 6-minute Steve Austin promo is only going to do good things for the show. So let's have him go out there. He's going to talk about Steamboat. You know, Steamboat in the main event tonight. He's trying to climb his way back up the ladder. He'll never get another shot at this WCW title. Just like Vader won't after I beat him this Sunday at Superbrawl. Like, he's just, you know, he's going to get his shit in. Steve Austin falling into the MJF role of like, I need 100 promo. Get him out there. We can open with that. That's a good open. I think the opening match should probably be the tag titles, though. That's like a hot opening match. And then that, and then that. Eddie versus Shockmaster, Pure Poison, Savage promo. That's pretty much in order. I said Shamrock as attacker instead of victim. Thank you. Damn, I sure did. I'm surprised it didn't tell me that. That seems like the kind of thing I would like to know. Also, I didn't set Dan to officially turn here, which we should also do. I really fucking dropped the ball on this. Thank you, Lazarn. I don't think this is going to be as good as the other show, so I'll say like a 90 on the nose. Because like this ain't get a 99. But it is a Ricky Steamboat singles match, so it could also be a plus 90. I mean, starting off hot. 100 Steve Austin promo. And then an 83 match with JPL in it. It had nothing to do with him, but he was in an 83 rated match, and that's going to mean a lot. JPL got dragged kicking and screaming into an 83 rated match. I forgot him and Martel have excellent chemistry. We really lucked into that one. And then a 90 for this. Good. Like that. Like a good... These guys have to prove that they're really baby faces now. That's like classic wrestling shit. I will take a 78 on this. I will for sure take a 78 on it. Ken Shamrock got a 90. No, we're turning them here. Why, Dan? Why? 5 segments. Beautiful. Complete success. Now, we do have the problem where now that Dan doesn't have a manager anymore. In fact, I should remember to do that now. I always forget to take people's managers off. Which means he can't talk anymore. His pro, we gotta get, like, unfathomably bad at charisma and microphone. So we have to give him another. Someone's got to manage Dan. An 82 for Eddie Guerrero and the Shockmaster. What the hell? All right. I mean, math is not mathing, but we'll take it. And then he got gooped. Vamp gooped him. This is why the game kept telling me Randy Savage wasn't booked, because Randy Savage was not in this promo. But also, Razor cut a 93 promo. What the fuck? He never did that before. Where has this been? Scott? Alright. Like, on one hand, I'm mad because we didn't advance the storyline, but on the other hand, I'm elated. And then this got an 80. Fuck me. I'm assuming just low heat for Funk and Avalanche. Yeah, low heat for Funk and Avalanche. Funk Avalanche storyline is just not cooking. Uh, 88 for them fighting. They liked that part. 85. Someone said 85. Who said 85? Caveman. You use John Paul Levesque too much on this show. I disagree. I don't think we used him enough. I mean, this would have been a so much better show if Steamboat and Avalanche hadn't shit the bed. I wonder if that match would have actually done better without sending fucking Terry Funk out there. Like, Terry Funk brought in that storyline, and that storyline then brought the heat down. I wonder if it would have been better off just like Steamboat Avalanche in a cold match. No, the match wasn't Avalanche's fault. That the overall rating was lower than the wrestling and the heat. It was like 89 like wrestling, 80 crowd, and then 80 match. It should have been higher than that. Need 600 grand. Pop recap. Hey, what's up, Maritimes? All right, great. Hello, baby doll. Who works as a color commentator, manager, and on-screen personality. Okay, this is... No, she doesn't. Who's already on the roster as a manager? Heenan. I prefer him to just do commentary. I've always thought it was weird when guys were commentators and announcers. Fantasia, Harley Race. Harley Race, are you managing anybody? Doesn't manage anybody. Interesting. Interesting. I think that's the guy. He's already a heel, too. Yeah, it's Harley. Let's put you on the Saturday brand. And let's have you manage Dan Severn. Great, perfect. I'd prefer not to use Jim Cornette. Although he's booking SMW for us. So we could just, I suppose we could just bring him up, but I'm kind of good. Harley's going to do a great job. I believe in Harley. Teddy Long is on Nitro managing Jannetty, I think. He's managing somebody. I believe he's managing Marty Jannetty. Oh, Ric Flair cracked his tailbone at a house show and will likely miss a month. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Being worked through. Okay, 29 days. Well, the pay-per-view it's more than 29 days away, right? It's February 17th. Spring Stampede is March 26th. That's more than a month away. So he will be good for Spring Stampede. Okay, that's fine. So just a month of him just cutting promos. That'll be fine. I mean, he could work through it, but why bother? I'm not going to make him fucking go out there with a cracked tailbone. That's crazy. All right, so Rick's just going to cut promos for a month. That's fine. Chavo. Tech and Ariel could be good. Pop is, I assume, nothing. We can sign him to Smoky Mountain for now. That's fine. Dean? Yeah, I think Dean works for New Japan. Yes. Exclusive written expires soonish. Are you on our short list? Yes, he's on the short list. We're waiting. Waiting patiently. We're good on Chavo Sr. I'm good on that. I remember watching Chavo Sr. as a manager. We don't need to book him. Don't remember him adding a lot to those acts. Eddie's already a good promo. I mean, Chavo would be bad, but I don't think Chavo Classic would do any better. But like, Chavo's a long-term thing. We're sending him to Dev. He is not TV ready. Chavo. Have fun in Smoky Mountain. Got a lot of news here. And just a lot of people ran shows last night. Including us in Ontario. No, nothing. All right, so let's go right into our go-home show for Superbrawl 5. We should probably figure out where this pay-per-view is happening. We haven't been to the Mid-South since January 17th. All right, so we're probably... Oh, Tri-State January 16th. Although I think we did our last pay-per-view in the Tri-State. So maybe I'm wrong about that. Let's go Mid-South for the pay-per-view. Which means we'll go Midwest for the show. Last time we went to Kemper Arena. So this time we are going to go to the Target Center. All right. All right, you sickos. All right, there we go. Now we're talking. Okay, all right, you guys were just holding out on me. 3 near certainties in a row. This one's specific to Randy Savage, which isn't really going to help us for Superbrawl because he's on the other brand, but I'm sure we will use it at the pay-per-view after that, so I will take it. Safe bet for Steve Austin. Beautiful. Great job, everybody. This is the meeting I've been waiting for. Thank you. I'm sorry I had to yell at you, but it seemed to work, so can't blame me. Marty Jannetty went to Wrestler's Court. Not paying attention during a locker room meeting. Sure. Brought beer for everybody. Tenru did Jill's 3A. It's so weird that Steve Austin is one of the people getting trained. Because I like, what is the barometer for getting trained? Is it just age? Is it just because he's young? Like, the world champion shouldn't be doing the young boy training, you know? Cynthia Marino and Sabu had to be separated after a heated argument. I thought they were going to be dating. It's a real Mercedes Moné, Beast Morto situation. Owen Hart and Lance Storm were getting on well backstage. Okay, good. I'm glad they're becoming friends. You know, they were a little mad. They had to put those guys over last week, but it looks like they're patching things up. Or they didn't put them over. They fucking DQ finish. All right. Let's do a promo. Sting, Misawa, hyping up their Triple Crown match, but also Kobashi is there. And, Misawa's hyping up the match with Sting, but also being like, and Kobashi, you better not ruin it like you ruined the tag match last week, blah, 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 yelling at him. Sting going like, whether he gets involved or not, I'm going to win that Triple Crown. And, I'm going to teach Kobashi that you're a beatable opponent that could, there are wrestlers better than you, and he doesn't have to take this from you. Just real wrestling shit. I don't want him to be maybe that fucking beat you over the head with it of like, I'm going to win this match for Kobashi kind of thing. But, the idea is they're hyping the match while also fucking teasing this Kobashi turn. Totally not telegraphing it. Totally not at all telegraphing this. Might have to do with Austin's respect and experience. What is his experience? I'm actually curious now. Oh, 26 experience. And he's given us these numbers with 26 experience. That's shocking. Also, how does he have 26? He's been wrestling it for us for 3 years. He's 5 years in the business. He has fucking 26 experience? What the fuck? Alright. Trying to think. I'm trying to figure out a way to like put those triple threat guys into a tag match. Well, I guess we could just do the old 3-way tag, which again, not much of a thing at the time, but we can make it a thing. Fuck it. Doesn't even fucking come up. All right, so let's see. So you would have Stan, who's a babyface. You would have Dr. Death, who's a babyface. And then you would have Terry Gordy, who is a heel. I would like Stan Hansen to team with Big Van Vader, which means Terry Gordy would team with Steve Austin. That's fun. And then who the fuck is Dr. Death teaming with? Dr. Death has to team with a babyface. Oh, damn. Remember when Sasuke was getting pushed for like 3 weeks and then I was like, let's make Tenru a 4 horseman? Sorry, dude. I would put you in this match, but I think this match might be the main event, and I think you would tank that rating, brother. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck would team with Dr. Death. All these other guys are in feuds. Anyone that's worth it, dang, is in a feud. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna abandon this, and we are simply going to do Stan Hansen teaming with Big Van Vader to take on Steve Austin teaming with Terry Gordy, which is very similar to last week's main event. But last week's main event got a 99. Why would you not run it back? So we'll do 16. Let's check these storylines. Vader's is good. Austin's is good. Stan's is good. Terry's is good. Anyone? All right, we can do whatever we want. So Dr. Death is obviously running in, but whose side is he on? He's on. Let's have him attack. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Whose side is he on? He's not on anybody's side. He's back. He's attacking both these guys. Stan Hansen, attacked by Steve Williams. Terry Gordy, attacked by Steve Williams. You know what? Why? You know what? It's WCW 1995. Why do a finish at all? Double DQ. Let's go. Now we're booking. And then we could have all those guys fight. Yeah, 6 minutes. Fucking sure. Stan fighting. Steve Austin fighting. Steve Williams fighting. Terry Gordy fighting. Big Van Vader fighting. We could probably send more guys out there, but this is fine. Alright, well, we know for sure Rick Rude and Bam Bam are going for those titles now, so let's do... Oh, did I set it to DQ, not double DQ? Damn, I did. Good catch. Chat, you're bailing me out tonight. Thank you, Chosen Reject. Watch someone complain now because they're like, oh, I don't want to go to a draw. Yep. God damn it. I can't even ask him to put someone over because it's a draw. Fuck. We'll give him money. Money's fake. Let's do a 44. Let's do Sabu, Ron Simmons, Dustin Rhodes. So the American Nightmares. You know, let's keep sneaking women into these matches. I know that's kind of all we're doing in the women's feud, but like that's all we can really do. Debbie Malenko, you get out there. And then we'll go Bam Bam. Rick Rude. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, Debbie Malenko, but you really should actually be Jumbo Saruta. Because then we should do... because Bam Bam is in the Dangerous Alliance with Pillman. So let's do Rick Rude, Marty Jannetty, Brian Pillman. I'm gonna give them the storytelling match. Also, we're gonna have to just cheat and put the tag guys in a feud that already exists, right? Because we don't... I don't think they're in a feud. The game is gonna yell at me at the pay-per-view if they're not in a feud. So, you know... And it's too late to build a proper one. So, because... the American Nightmares are with Sabu. We're going to add them to that one. Okay, great. I think Rick Rude and Marty really need this win to like establish them as a tag team. So I'm gonna have Rude pin like Ron Simmons or Dustin or whatever. Ron's right here. We'll have it be tainted since we're telling a story, bro. Yes, that was in the last update. They finally added the fucking numbers. Let's see. Ultimo Negro Casas. It would be awesome if we could do like any kind of talking for that, but we can't really. I will have Owen and Regal talk about Jericho and Storm. That they're not really great at talking either, but of these 6 guys, those are the 2 I trust the most. Okay. Ultimo. And we have the ladies. Well, that answers that question. Although I think we've literally done this match too. But let's see. Ultimo and Debbie against Negro Casas and Bull Nakano. Yes, we have literally done this match. All right, same as last week. It's a fucking 6-man tag now. So it's now Ultimo, Debbie, and I don't know, someone. against Bull, Negro, and someone. Well, you know, we were just talking about how, like, poor great Sasuke. So let's put him in there. Then Negro. I don't think Negro Casas really has any friends on this brand. He sure doesn't. Well, I guess he's going to have to make a new friend. That new friend will be Doug Furnace. I will say this feud is hot now. Just sneaking them into tags every week has kind of, and somehow Bull Nakano is the one with poor momentum. So let's have her get the win here. We will do Tainted. And we somehow need to fill like 15 more minutes. That's not ideal. All right. Well, it looks like it's promo time. And then maybe someone could have, although, no, we have a couple recognizables. We got Jerry Lynn and Mike Awesome and not a lot else. Okay. All right. Yeah, the only big promo so far really is the Sting and Masawa one. I guess Owen and Regal, but all right. I mean, listen, we were just talking about this. If we want the show to do well, Steve Austin should cut a promo. And I don't want him and Terry Gordy to cut a promo. Let's do a promo at the beginning of the show that sets up the main event. How about that? Let's do Sting. Let's do Steve. Talking to Vader. How would this even work? Yeah, fuck it. Let's just have Steve cut a promo. Why are we overthinking this? Why are we overthinking this? Austin promo hypes main event for tonight and at Superbrawl. Great. I mean, I was just saying we got Jerry Lynn and Mike Awesome, and they are both in the Dangerous Alliance. Let's go with a tag match. Let's give Jerry Lynn and Mike Awesome. I don't think June has wrestled since he came back. So this would be a nice way to just kind of like quietly slot June back in as a babyface. Let's see if June and Johnny Smith have chemistry. That would be big for them. For tonight, they are losing an 8-minute match to Jerry Lynn and Mike Awesome. What's the booking analysis about? Stan being mad. Okay, that's fine. Austin promo. Actually, we probably want to open with a match. This is probably, honestly, in the perfect order. But we maybe want to swap these two matches. Yeah. That's, yeah. 89. I will take an 81 on this match. This is another, like, extreme case of math not mathing. But we let that be. We let that slide. $97. Okay, not quite 100, but that's okay. A 69. Nice for this extremely random tag match. Jun Akiyama was clearly the weak link struggling to keep up with everybody. Yeah, no, touche game. Um, 75 is fine. As mentioned, these guys are not really promos, but they were just the best option of the guys we had available. They were better. You know what? Jericho is probably a good promo. He's just not over, so the crowd wouldn't care. And then it was like Ultimo Dragon or Negro Casas. Those aren't great options. Oh, 89 on the 8-man tag. Okay. This kind of did better than I thought it would. Sometimes 8-man tags just kind of average out to be like an 80. Which this match probably should have, to be honest. But I don't know. We'll take it. 87 for this. Good. Good. Telling stories. 89. Steve Austin and Terry Gordy did not work well as a team. So this really could have cooked if they, didn't get the chemistry penalty. This probably would have been another 90-something tag match. But, we'll take an 89 main event. That's fine. The 92 for the... whoever told me to just... I think it was Zodiac, who was like, just have your fights be longer. That was good advice. Having guys fighting is like really OP now. You just send us some stars out there to fight, and the crowd's like, hell yeah, brother. 91. Better than I guessed it would, so can't be mad at that. $8.57, great. Maritimes. Oh, we're up 1. Let's go. I hope at some point in like the late 90s, maybe early 2000s, there's just like more broadcasters available, That would be nice. Although someone told me in the YouTube comments that at some point TBS and TNT go up a level. Although I don't know if that's just something that naturally happens or if it's like built into the mod. But they said like in their mod in like 1997 or whatever, they go up to big. I found recently 1-minute attacks do really well. Huh. Okay. We got a 0.9, sure. Alright. We're going to try to blitz through this Saturday night so we can get to the pay-per-view. Especially because Saturday night is still, like Spring Stampede is still like 5 or 6 weeks out or whatever. Also, with no Ric Flair, we got to remember that. Although I don't think Rick would have been wrestling this week anyway. Oh, there's 30 days remaining on Stevie Ray's contract. He's 36 and he's very bad. I know he's teaming with Booker, but it's not like we're doing anything with Harlem Heat. I think that's we're gonna let him go. And hey, listen, Stevie, maybe we'll bring you back 3 weeks after we let you go when we realize we need you. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't take it personal. The Shockmaster has big morale issues. Shockmaster, what are you so mad about? Oh. Oh. He's mad that we never use him. Yeah. Yeah. No, that... Yeah. I don't even know if I want to give him money. Like, you're the Shockmaster, bro. How much will you got left on this contract? Oh, July of this year? Cool. Cool. Listen, I'll give you like 10 grand for now. Just so you're not like fuming. But listen, we're oh, he's mad. Do they not do the thing anymore where you could just like ask them like, "Hey, do you want to quit?" And then they'll be like, "I'm mad, so I would like to quit." Like, is that still a thing? Do I have to talk to him? lifestyle. Nothing. Then why is it even here? You know what? I know what we're gonna do. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna Jericho him. No nights off. Let's go back to the southeast. Last time we went to Orlando. So let's go to the Omni. Let's go home. Alright, I would still like more for the pay-per-view. Near certainty for Ultimo Dragon. Yes! Safe bet. Alright, now we are cooking. Oh, we already have one named this? Okay. Ah. Safe bet. Oh, we really got up to a slow start with these, and now we are just stockpiling them. Sherry ribbed everybody. Great. Shani was not happy with Bobby Heenan. Training. Bing, bing, boom. Your call out of the Shockmaster only succeeded in embarrassing him. Good. Alright. You know, we didn't actually start the Randy Savage and Razor feud. So let's maybe do that. Let's just run the angle we were going to run last week. Because last week it was instead just like Razor cuts a promo where he was like, I'm here. So this time, Randy will in fact get interrupted by Razor Ramon. Razor interrupts Randy for real this time. Have him lose to someone from like SMW. Like, I don't think anyone in SMW is even at the point where they're, like, ready to come up soon. Like, skills-wise, there's plenty of people, but no one's really over. Which is really a problem with SMW, because they only have TV in the Southeast. I would love to get them a, like, better deal, even if it was, like, a shitty one. Ooh, this Mark Jr. We wouldn't even put him on this brand, but... You know what? I'm sure there are people... Looks like Taka and Super Crazy are getting some nice pushes in Smoky Mountain. Alright, that's good to see. I think there are people on the show that could probably use a win over the Shockmaster. Okay, Jun Akiyama should not be here. But... since he is... Hey, June, how about you beat the Shockmaster, bro? Oh, he's mad. Oh, he's so mad. Oh. Oh, no, he's so mad. He's going to slam us through a table at this rate. All right. All right, well, with no Ric Flair, let's see. Well, I think we got to just do a promo with the Steiners and Kurt and Arn. Kurt... Arn, Rick Steiner. Actually, Rick Steiner, you should just stand there. Sorry, Rick. Scott Steiner. Basically, you know, what the hell? Why didn't you shake our hands? And then the Steiners basically just gonna be like, said what I said, you know, when I booked the segment. I'm like, how do we know we can trust you? We've been feuding the Four Horsemen for years. You two were, you know, up until a month ago, that included you two. The Horsemen are always befriending people and then doing a big old beatdown. And then, you know, Arn and Henning are going to, you know what? We'll find a way to prove it to you. We're gonna earn your trust. Kurt vow to How are they going to do that? They don't know yet. Which is code for I don't know yet. But they'll think of something. Well, since Rick is hurt, why don't we have the other 3 horsemen win a tag match? Tenru, Martel, Jean-Paul. You guys can simply beat some baby faces. Kamala, you're about to leave. Roddy Piper, I think you're still here for a while, but you're a person that could definitely lose. The fucking Z-Man. What a team this is. Finally, I get to book the thing we've been waiting for since this mod started. Triple H pinning Kamala. The match we've all been waiting for. Great. Avalanche. Oh, we still have Avalanche. Yeah. Well, based on what happened, we should probably do, like, Ricky Steamboat and Terry Funk against Avalanche and Dave Finlay. Oh, Finley's hurt. Alright, versus Avalanche. And his good friend. His good friend for tonight is going to be Randy Savage, even though he's got a promo. But listen, we're trying to make this a main event, even though, I don't know, is this still not hot enough? It's very hot. Do we have a storyline idea? Oh, we have a couple. Oh, we have a Terry Funk safe bet storyline idea. Great. Deploy that shit. Okay. So we need that to get deployed before this match happens, so we need them to do a promo earlier, which is fine. So we're going to make this the main event. We're going to hope that goes through this time. And we're going to go back to this, and we're going to look at the momentum. Good, neutral. Terry Funk needs a win. Great. Let's have Steamboat and Funk cut a promo. That's too weird, guys. Avalanche off screen. Savage off screen. Steve Austin off screen. Steamboat and Funk hype main event. Okay. Oh, I was just thinking of a thing I should do before that, and I totally lost it. Oh, we have Eddie and Vampiro. Vampiro. Oh, I know what it was. We need to do our Why Dan Why promo, and by we need to do our promo, I mean Harley Race has to come out, and then the commentators can be like, "Oh, Harley, what's he doing out here with Dan Severn?" And then Harley can cut a promo about how, Dan Severn, this guy's one of the greatest amateur wrestlers of all time. Most of these guys in WCW are pretty boys. They don't have the technique Dan does. And Nick Bockwinkel, he wasn't doing this guy right. He had Catch Club. He had all these other clients he was giving his attention to. He's paying more attention to Shamrock because he's flashier. He's got the bigger muscles. This is what peak physical male performance looks like, okay? It looks like a doughy middle-aged guy from Michigan. This guy's going to be the next champion, and I'm going to take him there. Did I start the catch club? Yes, I did. Okay, great. All right, Eddie Vamp, Battle Cat. All right, Vampiro and the Widowmaker will take on Eddie Guerrero and his good friend. His good friend could be Razor Ramon. That's kind of fucking weird. But they were both on Nitro, and they were both baby faces over there. Yeah, fuck it. His good friend Razor Ramon. They have to win this match now, but that's fine. That's what the Widowmaker is here for. I don't know if anyone has done storytelling yet, so I'm going to give these guys storytelling. And I'm going to have Razor Ramon pin the Widowmaker. Wait, Eddie got fucking sprayed in the eyes last week. He shouldn't just be... What am I doing? What am I doing? This isn't what we should be doing. We should be doing outside broadcast, video, pre-tape. Eddie Guerrero with an eye patch, yelling and screaming about how he's going to kill Vampiro when he gets back. Glad I came to my senses there. That was almost an unforced error. I guess we could start with like the Battle Cat and Cactus Jack has technically started because Battle Cat won that #1 contenders match. Okay, Cactus Jack and Richard Slinger against Battle Cat and once again his good friend Razor Ramon. 12 minutes storytelling. Razor is once again going to win this kind of random match. And once again, there is a designated pin eater in Richard Slinger. And we have like 4 more minutes. Let's give it... You know what? We're actually heavy on talking, I think. Let's give Vampiro just a win. Let's just... Vampiro. Eddie Guerrero's not here. Let's borrow somebody. I'm sure there's plenty of like young baby faces, not Sunny, that could have a good match with Vampiro. Like super crazy. Damn. What's he getting in matches? 64, but that's in the Southeast where they're over. But we're in the Southeast. Let's bring them up. I'm gonna let them cook. Steal the show, open, but Vampiro wins, obviously. Great. Shockmaster's pissed, sure. What are we opening? Let's open with this. That should do well-ish. Eddie promo right after the Vampiro thing, sure. Maybe swap these. So Razor interrupts Randy, and then he stays out there for the tag match. Sure. Yeah. That makes sense. Shrug. This show is either going to get like an 85 or a 93. It depends if this storyline idea hits or not, and if it gets this thing hot enough. Because if this isn't hot enough, it's going to be another like 80 main event. Okay, 92 promo with these guys. Let's go. Good. $77 for Vampiro and Super Crazy. Super Crazy got a 59. He, again, though, we are in the Southeast where he does have his pop, but he might be ready, brother. I don't know. Oh, another thing they added in the new update, if you didn't see it, the one that gave us the numbers for storylines, they made it so wrestlers learn English slower. Which, like, yeah, he should have done that. It's way too easy. But also, fuck. No. How could he do this to me? 76 for this Eddie promo. That seems a little low for him, but I guess it was like a pre-tape. So, I don't know if that affects the numbers or not. This got a 52, which no real surprise. I'm sure the Shockmaster did not try at all. I wonder if he'll quit right after the show. Only one way to find out. 68, okay. I mean, that's fine. Harley's been on the couch for 3 fucking years, so he's might need to get going a little bit. All those Stardom signings recently, this is a real blow for Dynamite. Hey, man, the embassy could just keep growing. Prince Nana's a busy man. This getting an 80 is crazy. This has no business getting an 80. I mean, I guess it had Tenru in it, who was like one of the best guys in the company. But, and you know, Martel's okay. But then everyone else in this match, oh boy. Hey, who said they wanted to see JPL over a 60? We got close. 58. We're getting there. In fact, I'm curious. Okay, I mean, Southeast he's over, which is where we are. We have made a lot of progress. I mean, we you know. We started with nothing with this JPL fella. 71. This did a lot better when it was just Razor. I wish this Randy Savage guy wasn't annoyed constantly. 78. I will take that. Razor Ramon got a 56. That's why we let him go. That's why we brought him back and he came right back to what he was doing. Just on a different brand. 94. Okay, here we go. All right, storyline was a success. So hopefully that's like a really hot story now. Yeah, it worked. We didn't get hit with the penalty this time. Hell yeah, that was some real expert maneuvering there. Okay, I'm gonna pat myself on the back a little bit. Make sure to use the storyline idea before the match happens to get the boost, and so we don't get penalized. Fucking nailed it. $91. Good. Made 500 grand. Went up in the Maritimes. The usual. I can't tell if Plum Mariko is happy, mad, laughing. A lot going on. Harley Race is like, why didn't you let Rick talk? Everyone else in that promo talked, he just stood there. I'm like, shut up, Harley. All right, 3 days. Let's go. She's scared. It could be scared. That's another one. Todd Champion moved to the Northwest. Okay. We did 81 in Saskatchewan, and Malia Hosaka broke her nose at a house show. She'll be fine. I mean, I suppose I should actually check, but she should. It's broken nose. She should be fine. Yeah, 6 days. She's fine. Liger is still out for 300 more days. Rey Mysterio, though, 21 days, almost back. He'll be back before Ric Flair. Yeah, with Liger gone, like once we turn Kobashi on Masawa, we should probably just end the NWO. It kind of feels like there's not, you know. Oh, release request from Fred Ottman. Yeah, that's fine. Later, bro. Maybe the politics of Scott Hall. Oh, GWF. Okay. You're not. Why are you making political alliances in GWF? You're about to leave, brother. I do a little bit feel like we got the job with the Jun Akiyama, and that's fun. But I do think we kind of missed out on having, like, Vampiro send him to another dimension or something. You know what I mean? Like, we could have done that. 80 people in Manitoba. Great. Alright. It's not 10 yet. Let's do Superbrawl. Special set. Special set. I said we were going to go to the Mid-South, where we're going to supposedly draw 30,000 people. Alright, we got Alamo Stadium. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go to the Alamo. We're on Turner Premier and TV Asahi and Rogers. Sure. I mean, we might as well keep grinding these. Okay, I yelled at them, and now they're like, "Oh, we'll show you. Oh, this is. We're gonna have a near certainty for like everything. This is tremendous." Safe bet for Kurt Hennig. Great. Thank you, everybody. Spot on. Jun Akiyama did a spot on impression of some of his colleagues. And then they told him I was going over, and he said, "You sons of bitches, you'll pay for this." Oh, it was so funny, bro. Shivani and Heenan, sure. Kikuchi, you can't yell at Bobby Heenan, bro. Training. All right, bing bong. Oh, can't inspire. Okay. All right, Superbrawl 4 last year, we only pulled an 84. That seems like dark times. Stan and Rick Rude, Randy Savage and Kurt Hennig. Steamboat beat Bam Bam for the TV title. This is like, is this pre-brand split or was? No, we were still trying to cram everything onto one pay-per-view. That's probably why the show got an 84. It was probably, yeah, it was totally overbooked. That's what happened. All right. All right, main event for the WCW World Heavyweight title. Give them 20 minutes. Steve Austin is going to simply pin Big Van Vader. No funny business. No chicanery. We are going to do a 20-minute open slow build match where Steve Austin pins Vader. And I think we had a Steve Austin is a safe bet. We have so many near certainties that I think we could just use one for the main event to really make sure. But if we run out, we could replace it with the Steve Austin safe bet. But we're going to go with the near certainty. Big Vader is a bit unhappy. Let's talk to him. Hey man, how do you feel about losing to Steve Austin? Okay, well, he's just going to have to be a bit unhappy then. Alright, and then semi-main, we have Misawa, and we have the Stanger for the Triple Crown. I'm curious now. How many defenses? 4 successful defenses. Okay. Let's see. He beat Jumbo, then he beat Vader, Dustin Rhodes, Stan Hansen, and Steve. I mean, that's a good run. 299s in there against Vader and Stan Hansen. Sting is winning. I probably should give this the storytelling match. I don't want to give this the storytelling match. You know what? Instead of 20, I think I'm just going to give them 16 and not do slow build. I don't think I want to do 2 slow build matches back to back. So we're going to do 16. We're going to do open. We are going to do Sting. I already did that. And we are going to do the turn angle. Ooh, Misawa doesn't want to lose to Sting. Misawa, brother, you're losing to Sting. Let me talk to you. I need a soundboard of LA Knight saying, "Let me talk to you." Okay. All right. Good. Someone is still living in reality. Sting and Kobashi are gonna like shake hands and celebrate afterwards. I think that makes sense. All right, and then we have the triple threat match. We got Stan. We got Terry. We got Dr. Death. The funny thing about putting Stan in this is I think he has to win. Yeah, he's not going to lose either of these guys. All right. 12 minutes. Wild Brawl. This feud that started between Steve Williams and Terry Gordy is going to be won by Stan Hansen. Also, I just realized I didn't put creative finish on the last match or this one, although now that I remembered, I will do it. Stan Hansen near certainty. I mean, all the more reason that he's winning. I don't. I mean, listen. What are we gonna do with Terry Gordy or Steve Williams if they win? You know, Stan should win. It's fine. He was the rest of the year in 1994. He could win. It's fine. I don't know why I'm looking at this like I need to know. I have the fucking card booked. Sabu and Bam Bam. This is their third singles match, so this is the blow off. Sabu, you know what? I was gonna say Sabu is the younger wrestler, but it's closer than that. He's only 3 years younger than Bam Bam. I thought there was a bigger gap between those two guys. He's also war over though, so yeah, he's just gonna win. He's just gonna win the blow off match. That's fine. Oh, there's a Bam Bam Evil Creative. There's a near certainty Bam Bam finish. But there's a Sabu near certainty. Jumbo and Pillman. This one's going to be interesting because I want Brian Pillman to win. And Jumbo might go, nah. But we'll see. I suppose it could be tainted since Pillman is a heel. Let's see what he says. Oh, Jumbo's cool. Let's go, brother. Light heavyweight title, Ultimo Negro Casas. I think we're going to open with that, and I think we're going to do a tech masterclass because those guys are both insanely good at tech. Ultimo Dragon, Negro Casas. 16 tech masterclass. Ultimo is simply winning. I don't know if this feud is continuing. If the match is as good as I think it'll be, then yeah, probably. But for the time being, I'm just going to have him simply win. We have Ultimo Dragon near certainty. Let's fucking go. It's crazy that there's so many finishes for the people I need them for. Nightmares versus Rude and Marty. Now this is an interesting one. Because this is one I haven't really thought about at all. But like we could change these tag titles. We could do that. Dustin Rhodes, Ron Simmons against Marty Jannetty and Rick Rude. Because let me think about this. Because the team that would... Because we also have this other tag match with Owen Regal against the Thrill Seekers. Which, obviously, the Thrill Seekers are not going to fucking win them. There's no shot. So Owen and Regal are winning. So they would be the next team in line. And their faces... I think Rude and Marty are winning the tag titles. Which is not what I had, really, when I booked that. They were just like, someone's got to wrestle the Nightmares. But also, like, the Nightmares have kind of just... Like, they've had these titles for a while. I don't know. Well, it should be not nearly as long as I think. 97 days and 2 defenses. Not that long. Okay. Alright, you got me, game. And both of their defenses were against Brian Pillman and Jerry Lynn. The tag scene on this brand is very much like two singles guys have nothing to do, so they go for the tag titles, which is very All Japan coded, so I think that's fair. Yeah, they're gonna win. Yeah, the Nightmares are stale. Yeah, I agree. Let's give Marty to win. That's fun. Again, they're heels, so we'll have it be tainted. We'll use our creative finish. And there you go. New All Japan Unified Tag Team Champions. Marty Jannetty and Rick Rude. I'm going to give them storytelling because I don't think I've given it to anyone yet. And I'm not... Of the matches left, and neither one of them are going to get it either. And then we have... As mentioned, Owen and Regal. Taking on Chris Jericho and Lance Storm. 12 minutes. Open. Cook. Your winner of the match. The King of Hearts, Owen Hart. Create a finish. No Owen. No Steve Regal. I definitely want to use the near certainty for the women's match. Oh, we do have 2 more near certainties. God, we really did stack them. All right. And then, can we put a stip on this women's match that won't get us yelled at all around town? Anything with a weenie version? We could do dog collar weenie version. First blood would be crazy. Let's see if they let us do a first blood match. Debbie and Bull. I would imagine Bull. I mean, let me look at Debbie. She's unimportant. She has hot momentum. She's only 24. Bull has to win. I would love for a babyface to win so that, you know, so that we can get some fresh title challengers, but we have not yet gotten anyone over enough to win this title from Bull, so Bull's winning. Are you a good... No, okay. Yeah, moving Steve Williams to Saturday would probably be a good idea. I'd tell people we probably need to move people from Saturday back to Nitro, because we mostly just move people from Nitro to Saturday, but you know. Anyway, 12 minutes, open, Bull wins, near certainty finish, bing, bang, boom. That's a show. Okay, we're not having a first blood match. Fine. All around town? They're usually fine with that. Okay, great. Alright, putting this in order now. Opening with that, and then probably right into Debbie and Bull, yeah. Sabu and Bam Bam is way too high. I mean, not way too high, but that's probably like the 3rd match of the night for me. Oh no, it should be before. Yeah, it should probably be here. Yep, okay, then we need a dark match, we need promos, and then we are good to go. What do we want in the dark match? Who still needs to be booked? At some point, I need to do something with Inoki. Alright, I would like to book Sasuke. Alright, I'm gonna book like a weird mixed tag match. I'm gonna book like Sasuke and like Cynthia Moreno taking on Manami Toyota and I don't know. Jerry Lynn. Jerry needs to win this match. He's the most over person in it by a lot. Okay. Is there anyone else I want to book in a dark match? I mean, not really. That's probably fine for our one dark match. All right, promos. Let's do our old backstage hype promos for the main event. Steve, Vader. Oh, I have an idea for an angle. I don't know how good this is going to do, but let's find out. Let's send Eric Bischoff out to the ring to introduce our new representative of the WCW Board of Directors, all the way from Japan, the legend, the former World's Heavyweight Champion, Antonio Inoki. Director of WCW Board. And then Inoki will come out and say whatever. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to say. You can't tell Inoki what to do. Throw that in the middle of the show somewhere. The heels should, like, run up the ramp after winning the tag titles. That classic bit. While meanwhile in the ring, Ron and Dustin are like, "Oh man." He does. He does speak English. That's one of the reasons we signed him. Because I have no idea what we would do with him if he didn't speak English. I would like something between these two because this is a wild brawl. I want the crowd to come down a little bit, you know, give them some time before the Misawa and Sting match. You know what? It's we can do backstage hype for two things. No one can stop me. Hype for Triple Crown match. Okay. All right. Before, let me just make sure we're getting the fucking thing. I got a hype promo. I have character development. I have character development. You know what? Surprise! It's Antonio Inoki. All right, that's 3 for sure. Since he is pay-per-view only, we can't test TVs. You mean Inoki, right? Well, it says he's a wrestler and an occasional wrestler. How can you be both? What does that mean? I think we could just book him. Oh, no, his contract. I think is his contract that he was pay-per-views only, right? Yeah, I don't know if he's ever going to wrestle, to be honest. We'll see how this... If the promo is good, which it really should be. Like, his promo should be really good. We'll see, but... Like, he's popular, and he can talk. It should be a good promo. Anyway, at this point, you're aiming for a 100 every pay-per-view. Like, it would be disappointing if we didn't. It's what, a 4-show streak of 100s? So, 100. Let's see what happens. A 73 for this dark match is good. Damn, Cynthia Moreno got a 61. All right, we're going to try to push Cynthia Moreno again. Toyota got a 65 too. 90. Okay, this is continuing. The Negro Casas and Ultimo Dragon will have another Tech Masterclass. Whether it's on TV or at pay-per-view, we're going to be doing it. Because this was fucking great. Yeah. Yeah, Caveman. A 74 for Debbie and Bull is really good. Oh, Bull's gimmick is getting stale. Let's fix that. Because we'll forget. What is Bull's gimmick? Joshi Monster Heel, very good. We can't tweak it. No, it's yet to be tweaked. Yeah, no, sorry. For some reason, I thought tweak was going to be over here. We'll just tweak it. It's fine. We're not changing our gimmick. 78? Okay. I was kind of hoping these guys were going to, like, pull a fucking 85 out of their ass, but, you know, Lance and Jericho got, like, 60s. That's good for them. I'll allow it. A 90 for Sabu and Bam Bam? I mean, this over-delivered. $87 for the tag title. You know what? We put the right guys over. Rude is like, of these four guys, Rude is by far the best person. Although I guess you could argue he shouldn't be in the tag division then, but I don't know. Rick Rude's been at the top of our card since the mod started. Like, you know, it's fucking 3 years now, Rick Rude on top. So we can send him into the tag division for a little bit. And then, ha ha ha, we got you. Suck it, nightmares. 99, Jumbo Saruta and Brian Pillman. Okay, all right. Okay. I wasn't sure if these two would, like, work great together, but they did. What I say? What I say? The fucking GM is here. Antonio Inoki. 93 promo. You know this crowd in San Antonio on their feet doing the fucking Inoki. Boom, boom. They were fucking into it. They all loved Antonio Inoki. There was a big surprise. Everyone went fucking crazy. They were like, oh, can you believe it? My Antonio Inoki? I am a wrestling fan in Texas in 1995, and I definitely know who that is. A 90? I think 90 is the cap on these Wild Brawls. I think this is a thing we've run into before. I think maybe we should just give them 16 minutes, but it's fine. This is what you want. You want a Wild Brawl from these three guys, so I don't regret it. San Antonio Inoki. Fuck. That's what they call it now. A 100 for Masawa and Sting hyping their match. Great. Awesome. Can they get a 100 match? Oh, a 99. We'll have to settle for it. Yeah, great match. Kobashi, he's face. We teased him for 9 segments. Complete success. All right. And then they celebrated. That's good. 86 for these guys worked the crowd. That's good. Kobashi was rated. 99 for Vader and Austin. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I think you might have a cap of 15. Well, it's kind of the same thing, though, right? Because we have to keep it under 15 for Wild Brawl. 99. Okay, I was hoping for the 100. I thought they might pull the 100. But, we'll take a 99. That was the third, fourth 99 on the show? That's fucking crazy. We did it again. I think this, it's weird to say it like this because 100, technically speaking, is like a perfect show or whatever. I think this, of the shows we booked that got 100, I think this one was actually the best. Ultimo Negro Cast is fucking ripped. Pillman and Jumbo. I mean, yeah, four 99s and a 95. Like, that's an incredible show. Incredible show. Like, this would be one of the best shows of all time. This is a show, like, even today, people, like, you know, when someone would go on Twitter and be like, oh, you know, Money in the Bank was the best pay-per-view of all time. Fucking old, annoying wrestling fans like me would be like, well, you've never seen Superbrawl V then. That's a great show of all time. Everyone did so good. It's hard to only pick four. Thank you, Chamo. I appreciate it. Let's see. I mean, probably just the top, got all the guys in the top matches. I think you just gotta Steve, Vader, Stanger, Misawa-san. Everyone's pleased. We made $3 million. Hell yeah. We went up lots of places. Wow. Went up a whole point in half of the places in the States and most of the places. Everywhere we could go up in Japan. The rest of these are probably just maxed out. All right, Scrum time. Where is that? Gordon Soley is extremely unhappy with life. Gordon Soley is only even still here because he never comes up when we look through the roster, and I forgot he was here. I forgot he was here. Careful band management is a vital skill when you're the head booker of a company. Oh, everyone that's mad at me did not like that. My lights flickered. We still good, chat? It's raining. It's raining pretty hard here. We still good? Word is that Michael Hayes is extremely happy with life in WCW. Are you proud of your man? Oh, he also said extremely happy about the last person, didn't he? All right. Sure. Everyone that's yeah. Okay. I stepped in it again. We're good. All right. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty loud thunder. Yeah. Let me tell you, folks. Uninterruptible power supply. It's like 70, 80 bucks. It's a big outlet with a fucking giant ass battery in it. You plug your router and your shit into it. Worth it. It's worth it, especially if you live somewhere like me where it fucking thunderstorms all the time. You seem to be having great success in the U.S. market. All your competitors are playing catch up. You must be so delighted. Yeah, man, we're just getting started. Word is that Toshiaki Quad is extremely happy. Why are they just asking me about people that are happy? All right, what can I say that won't get people mad at me? I'm glad he's having a good time in WCW. Okay, that's the one they want. That's the one they want. I'm glad he's having a good time in WCW. People are calling Superbrawl V a success. It was. I just said it was like the best show of all time. So it was very good. Okay, it's just. What a weird press conference. Just, I kept taking questions, and they kept being like, oh, yeah, they're happy. And I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, like, I don't think you could get 100 in really any mod out of the gate. Unless it's, like, a poorly made mod where, like, you know, the wrestlers are, like, too good or whatever. Like, you need to get momentum. You need to get everyone over. You need to get storylines hot. Like it would like you probably should take you at least 6 months or so to like start getting like really high numbers in pretty much any mod. Michael Hayes says Marty Jannetty isn't charismatic and I should release him. Brother, he just won a belt. Super Brawl got 782,000 pay-per-view buys. Cool. That's more people than watch our TV? Okay, Thunder's getting bad. Thunder's getting bad. All right, I think that's gonna do it. I wanted to check somebody's overness before we left. I totally got sidetracked. Ah well. I'm sure I'll think of it right after I stop recording and then be like, ah yeah, it was that person. But right now it's not hitting me. SMW ran a pay-per-view too? The same night as us? What were they doing? They headlined the show with Jacqueline and Heidi Lee Morgan for the women's title. How progressive. Progressive King, Jim Cornette. And then we had Psychosis and Chris Candido beating Taka and Kevin Sullivan. Okay, that's a match. Dr. Tom beat Billy Kidman in a strap match. Jimmy Backlund beat Devin Storm. Jimmy Backlund is Jimmy Del Rey. Okay. Super Crazy beat Brian Armstrong. I mean, this is, these are our people. Rob Van Dam and Jen Next, which is, I don't know, because I don't think these are in order. But I mean, look, this is a cool match. Paul Hogan beat Chris Kanyon. Then he booked a lot of dark matches. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fun. I really wish we could get them TV other than just the Southeast. In fact, let's, while we're thinking about it, why not? Child companies, broadcasting, view all broadcasters, search, we'll negotiate. Oh, why am I looking? Japan, the fuck? Style horror, what the fuck? Who the fuck was in here looking at that shit? Oh, National Network also gets us in the Mid-South, so that's good. Yeah, no, that's the best TV deal we could get. All right, that's going to do it. Next week, we'll be opening with a Nitro, so we will have to open with notepad time. I'm not going to do it now because it's already been a long stream and, it's thundering. So next week, we'll do notepad time for what is the next Nitro pay-per-view? Wrestle War. We'll do notepad time for Wrestle War, and then we'll get going, because now we're on the road to Spring Stampede, which, as a reminder, what we're building to for that is Austin and Steamboat rematch for the WCW title. Some kind of big gimmick match for the 8-man tag between the Horsemen against Kurt Arn and the Steiners. Eddie Guerrero will defend the TV title against Vampiro. Avalanche Terry Funk. Cactus will defend the U.S. title against Battlecat. Shamrock will take on Severn. Randy Savage will take on Razor Ramon. And there's a spot for an 8th match if we come up with something. I don't know. Also, Thursday, AEW. I think we're getting to my pay-per-view. I think we're going to, open right with my pay-per-view. Or maybe Nick has a collision first and then my pay-per-view. But I think we're finally going to get to my pay-per-view. So that'll be fun. I feel like I've been waiting fucking a year for my next pay-per-view. I know that's not true, but it's felt like it. So tune in for that. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks. Appreciate it. Like the video. Leave a comment. Subscribe. All that good YouTube stuff. Come hang out live Tuesdays, Thursdays. Twitch.tv/Warles, 8 o'clock Eastern. And that's it. Bye, everybody.